If you think the only thing PowerPoint can do when it comes to vector graphics is make rectangles, circles, and arrows, then I bet you're not making use of one of its most powerful tools. I'm talking about the Merge Shapes tool, and let's take a look at how to make the most out of it. Hi, I'm Nolan Haims for CreativePro, the essential how-to resource for design professionals. The Merge Shapes tool is actually 5 tools in one, and if you're an Adobe Illustrator user, it will actually look a little familiar. It'll look a little like the Pathfinder tool, but let's look at PowerPoint's version of that. You can do 5 things with the Merge Shapes tool in PowerPoint: Union, Combine, Fragment, Intersect, and Subtract. So let's take a look at the first tool, Union. I've got an arrow and a rounded square there, and I've got these gradients, and let's say I want to make my own custom shape with the gradient going from the bottom all the way to the top. Well, with those selected, I'm going to go to my Shape Format tab, go all the way over to the left to Merge Shapes. You can also put this tool in your Quick Access toolbar like I have here. I'll use that later. Go down into Merge Shapes, pull down, you'll see Union, Combine, Fragment, Intersect, and Subtract. But we'll do Union, which will make a union of those 2 shapes. And you'll see that gradient goes all the way from the bottom to the top. If I right-click Edit Points, you'll see that it is truly one shape. And of course, we can move these points around if we wanted to. Combine doesn't do quite what you think it does, but in this case, I've got 2 squares overlapping. It's actually going to combine or union everything except where the shapes overlap. So let's go to my Quick Access toolbar here. We'll do Combine, and you'll see that it makes one shape except for that little part in the middle. As I said, I don't use this too much. It sometimes doesn't sound like what it's going to do, but I do use this to actually make compound shapes in PowerPoint. In this case, I've got a whole bunch of different shapes down here at the bottom, and if I want it, I don't want to just group it, I want it to be one true shape, I can select all of those, go to Merge Shapes, do Combine, and right-click, and you'll see that it is truly one shape. Now it's a compound shape. That telltale straight line indicates that it is. Let's talk about Fragment. I've got 2 circles here. I use this all the time to make Venn diagrams. With those selected, come up here, go down to Fragment. It will split everything into individual pieces, and in this case, that center biscuit is one that I can select, make a different color, and get a pretty nice Venn diagram out of it, and a lot of control for the design. Let's look at Intersect. That is going to get rid of everything except where the shapes overlap. So we'll come here, we'll do Intersect, and you'll see that we just have that little biscuit remaining. The last one is called Subtract, and this, when you're using a lot of the tools, you want to think about cookie dough and a cookie cutter. Okay, now this analogy comes from Mike Parkinson. Thank you, Mike. This is the way I think about this. Think about your apple shape here as your cookie dough. Roll it out and then shift-click your cookie cutter, in this case a circle, on top of it, right? So now that we have both of these selected, we're going to go to our Merge Shapes tool, Subtract, and that will subtract the cookie cutter. That'll take it away, leaving a kind of familiar logo, but certainly not official. We shouldn't use that. That is subtracting. Again, think about cookie dough and cookie cutter. So that is how we can just play with various shapes and make our own, but this also works on text. We can use the Merge Shapes tool to actually outline text. Now that's not a feature of PowerPoint, but we're gonna make it happen anyway. I have live text here in a font that most people probably don't have. So I want this to become a shape to make it easier to work with and so people can see it. But in order to do that, I need to actually put down a helper shape. I need to put down helper cookie dough, in this case just a rectangle behind it. I'm going to send that to the back. That's my cookie dough. Shift click my text here, my live text, go to Merge Shapes, do Intersect right there, and now I have knocked out text. Sometimes it's just easier to work with text when it's a shape rather than live type. The last thing I want to show you is how we can use this with rastered images. We have a picture of some kangaroos here, but I have a vector shape of Australia right on top. So that's going to be my cookie cutter. So I'm going to select my image, my raster image. I'm going to shift click my little shape of Australia. And now I'm going to go to Intersect again, and what this is going to do is it's going to make a custom crop. My image is still there. It's a live image, but it's now a custom crop, the kind of thing you can't do with PowerPoint's tools normally. But if I do go to my crop tool here, I'm going to select that from my QAT, you can see that, yes, it really is just a shape in a custom crop that you can move around just like any other cropped image. So that is PowerPoint's merge shape tools. Very powerful. Make use of it. You should be using as many vectors in PowerPoint as you can.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to our channel. And for thousands more how-to articles and tutorials, visit our website, creativepro.com, and become a member today. Thanks for learning with us.